Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So I'm just curious, guys, have you ever had one of those weeks where it felt like every single day that life is attacking you? I know if I sit back and think about it, it's very minor compared to the rest of the world and everyone else around me, but I'm going to be a little selfish here for a moment. Um, and again, I'm going to try to keep this video short. Pardon me, I'm just got through kind of eating a little bit. Um, so anyways, um, I ended up it seemed like, okay, guys, you know that I already have to deal with anxiety attacks and panic attacks and things like that. There's a small difference between anxiety attacks and panic attacks. Google it if you don't know the difference, but I'm not going down that road with you guys. But I just want to say that I have been dealing with them for a while now. And while they don't happen every day or nothing like that, I still deal with them. But this week has been horrible for me, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. Um, It has been like every day so far. What's today? Wednesday? And since I was okay like over the weekend, and then like Monday I had a really bad one apparently. That just take me out of the blue. Normally I don't have panic attacks in the evening or night times. So I got lucky. There are people out there that actually have anxiety attacks in the middle of their sleep. And I feel so bad for them. But I don't have that. And I think it's because I take gabapentin at night. So I think, and gabapentin's been known to also help people with anxiety. So I think that's probably why. But I'm using it for my fibro. So it's just like a 2-for-1 kind of thing. So anyways, I ended up having some sort of panic attack. I was like, my day was fine. Everything was fine. I ended up that evening, somehow, I was just laying in bed playing on my tablet. You know, I like to download sometimes little cheesy little games, even though they're like crappy games, you know. But I'll just play them for a little bit, like just to waste time and just kind of literally games that don't really have to have me think that much, or I don't care there's a bunch of ads in them because I'm literally watching TV while I'm playing them, and it's just my downtime, right? And just until my meds kick in and I get sleepy, and then I go to bed. You know, it's not a big deal. Well, so I stay off of social media and all that stuff. So I'm not literally on social media when I'm in my downtime, and typically it's right after dinner. From after dinner and on, I'm trying not to be on social media or anything like that. I just try to basically, I am winding down, you know. I become like a little kid, you know. I'm going to get my crayons, my coloring book, and I am chilling and I'm watching a movie or a series, a show or reality. That's the closest I'm going to get to some kind of chaos. So, but typically I'm chill. Tell me why the other night that I just could not, for some reason, in the middle of it, I literally started to have a panic attack. It literally, I felt it. It was creeping on. It was creeping up, and I started hyperventilating. I was grasping my bed sheets and my blankets, and I was like, "What is happening?" And I'm like, "Why am I having this now?" And it's just like, and I try to do okay. We're gonna own it. We're gonna own it. That's the best thing you can do. You can own it. So I'm sitting here owning up to it, trying to breathe through things, breathe through the whole of the panic attack. You know, purse breathing, box breathing. If you don't know what those are, basically for the long story short, basically you just kind of you would like hold your breath, pull in 4, and then hold it for 4 and let it out by 4, and then pull it in by 3, let it out by 3. You hold it for 3, let it out by 3. You keep on doing it until you get to, and when you get to 1, you should hopefully you're breathing normally. But if you don't, then you do it again. You go, you keep doing it until it so you go through it. Um, Purse breathing is all it is you're pursing your lips, almost like you're blowing out a candle. Some people teach, like when little kids have it, they teach them with using a straw, just like you're blowing out a candle out. Imagine this is your candle. You're trying to blow the candle out, blow it out, or you're trying to use a straw and you're just like, that looks bad, but you know what I mean. We're not doing all that, but you know what I'm saying. Um, but I tried to do that, and I was like, okay. Now, and then I did the 5 cents thing. Basically, you go, it's five out of five. So you got your five senses. You name five things of each sense. So at that moment in time, I'm thinking, okay, I hear my husband. I hear the cat's bells. I hear the TV. I hear the AC. I hear you. Know, you try to go through those things. You're trying to distract yourself by focusing on those things, and then you're like, okay, I see. I see my tablet. I see my bed. I see my pillow. I see a window. I see artwork. I see the floor. I see. You gotta. You think of these things. Then you're like, okay, you're like, I'm tasting. What am I tasting? And you're like, okay, I can taste my drink. It's like fizzy, it's fruity. It's sweet. You're trying to come through all these things, and then or like, you eat a piece of chocolate, and you're like, okay, it's smooth. It's very sweet. You try to go through all these things, and then you're like, okay, I can feel everything. I hear things, I see things, I smell things. What do I smell? Okay, I smell my air freshener because it's automatic and I can smell it, and I smell a candle that's burning across the room, and I can even if it's something silly, you'd be like, okay, my husband just farted. I can smell that. I can smell, what you try to come up. You're not making shit up. You're basically trying to come up with these things that are real, that are around you, keeping yourself present, keeping yourself grounded in here. It's a way of coming back down. And I tried to go through that and that night, and it was not working. Now, mind you, my nose is like really itchy for some reason. It's probably allergens. But, and so, mind you, that it was so close for me to take my night medications, the gabapentin and my baclofen that I take at nights. It was almost time for me to take those, that I'm like, and I know this may or may not work, but I'm thinking, you know, can I take anxiety medication with it? I do have diazepams and things, but I'm like, can I take that with it? And I was Googling, and I was thinking, well, they say it's not AIs over, like, it's not advisable because it can lead to this and this. And I'm like, oh, great. And then meanwhile, my husband was aware of what was happening. He was like, do you need to go to the ER? Do you need to go get a shot to calm you down, like some Valium or something like that? What do you need? I'll help you. And I come down to it. I kept telling him, I said, no, I think it's just a panic attack. It's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. I'm fine. I will be fine. And I kept saying that, and he's like, okay, well, you just say the word and we'll go. And I'm like, okay. I was like, let me just take my regular medications. I'm gonna lay here. I'll turn on some. I call it rain. Basically, I like the sound of like thunderstorms and stuff, so I turned that on. I just turned off my shows that I was watching. I just turned on that to calm me down. Zero distractions whatsoever. I was just trying to get in a bubble to calm down. Sensory, whatever. I was, but I was meanwhile still kind of focusing on maybe playing an idle game on my tablet, and I was trying to calm down. Well, I said, let me just take my meds. Let me give it about an hour. So it takes about 3 hours or so for it to really peak. And at that point, I'm already getting drowsy and going to sleep. But I feel it start working within an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I said, give me an hour. Let me see if it changes. If I feel like it's going down and I'm good, I'm starting to get better, then we'll just keep it on it. I'll keep it on it and see how things go. Well, I did. Apparently, I did get better, obviously. And I went to bed that night, and I was like, I didn't know what was going on. You know, um, I ended up, the next morning, I woke up, and I was like, I don't know what was going on. I was still kind of having that on edge feeling, but I wasn't having a panic attack the rest of the day, the next day. And then I think I felt like one was coming on close to about 2 or 3 o'clock that afternoon. And at that point, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and take an anxiety medication. And then I think, what if I space it out? I should be okay. The like side effects any bad side effects should be minimal. So if I spaced it out by a couple hours. So I took a diazepam about 2 or 3 o'clock because that's when I felt like one was coming on. And then I was really drowsy and tired, but I was okay. Ate dinner later on, and then I took my around about at the 3 to 4 hour mark. I took my regular medications, and I was okay the rest of the night. So I decided, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking the diazepam twice a day. I think I'm going to start taking it mid morning, and then I'm going to take it again later on in the afternoon, and then take my normal medications, like I normally do. I'm going to see how things go. I'm going to see how that works out. I did that yesterday, and it wasn't that bad. I still had a little bit of anxiety that evening, even after I took my gabapentin and my baclofen. I still had a little bit of anxiety that evening, but it really wasn't terrible. But yeah, so besides that all happening, and I mean, I'll talk to my psychiatrist next Monday, so I can baby myself, and she's the one who prescribed me this medication. So I'm not a doctor. The medical disclaimer, guys, just so I can put this out there. I should have put this at the beginning, but I'm covering my bases now. Do not take these medications if it's not prescribed for you. You can obviously get these medications on the black market. There are people that abuse these medications that will just buy them off the street. If they're not meant for you, don't take them. These I have been prescribed by my physicians, and so that's why I take them. And I have updated prescriptions for them. So I'm just letting you guys know. So just because it works for me, it may not work for you either. So just take that also as a warning as well. This is why I hate talking about medical stuff sometimes, especially when I mention medications and the name of medications. I really hate this sometimes on here, that people will take that and abuse the situation, and then something happens to them and they're going to be like, well, they were watching this one channel and this woman was saying this stuff, and the next thing you know it, I'm getting served or something happens to me because I'm the one who suggested that they do it. No, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm letting you know, guys, know this is what I deal with, and this is what I'm doing for me. So with that being said, guys, so back what I was saying, it seems like every day this whole week has been attacking me, because not only did I deal with that, I also dealt with my elderly cat, who is a butt sometimes, I swear. She may be old, but she acts like she's 2. She is sometimes, and she's so spoiled that even though she's got food in her bowl, because she didn't actively see me put more food in her bowl, she believes she's not being fed. And so she knows there's food in that bowl. So what she'll do is she'll eat whatever's left in there as much as she can, overfill herself, throws it all up all over the floor just for me to clean it up and then give her some more because now her bowl's empty. And I literally, the first night when I had that panic attack and I was dealing with all that, the one that seemed to last for hours, in the middle of me dealing with that, she was literally, I kid you not, on my bed, 2 feet away, on, like, I have the duvet cover, but I have the duvet cover, like, folded down at the foot of the bed, and I'm using my regular comforter that I was sleeping with at that, because at nights I fold the duvet cover down to the foot of the bed, and then in the mornings I fold my comforter up underneath and then put the duvet cover on top, and, and just set everything on top. So my actual comforter doesn't get dirty or anything like that as throughout the day. And so that's what I do. The duvet cover protects my comforter. So I had the duvet cover already pulled back, rolled back to the foot of my bed. And I was using my actual comforter when I was laying in the bed, going through this panic attack. And this bee decides she's going to come over here and 2 feet from my face, I kid you not, I'm sorry if it's TMI, and I apologize if you have sensitive stomachs, but yeah, she just, like, on my duvet cover. Now, I have a king size one. Now, mind you, if you've ever done a duvet cover, it is a total B to put on. It is hard. They look nice, they're great, and they do serve the purpose, but they're a total B to deal with. So I like, especially even more so if you're doing it by yourself. I was like, I am not taking this cover off right now. It is like 6, 7 o'clock at night. I'm one of those people, I'm trying to be in bed by 9, 10 o'clock at the latest. I am not going to sit there and pull this whole thing off just to go wash it and then, and then having to be up all night. I mean, speaking of, look at her. Look at this. I am in the middle of talking and she thinks she's going to just make herself comfortable all up on my pillows. She is spoiled, I swear. So I ended up deciding, okay, my husband came in, he kind of cleaned up most of it all up. It all kind of covered up. It was mostly just like mucusy. I'm sorry if it's TMI, that sounds gross, but yeah, it was kind of mostly that. Cleaned it mostly all up. And I was glad because it wasn't really on the actual sheets or my comforter. It was just on the duvet cover. And I was like, I'm not washing this. Call me lazy. This bed is a king size bed. It was on that one little corner area. So I'm like, I'll be fine for the night. I'll do it in the morning. I'll just clean it in the morning. And then I thought, I really don't want. When I woke up the next morning, I really didn't feel like doing it. I really, honestly, I kid you not. You may think I'm nasty, but I just did not want to do it. If you've been, my she's chronically fatigued, you have POTS, you have mental illnesses and stuff like that, you would understand where I'm coming from. I was not doing it. No. I got to utilize my energy elsewhere. So I was like, I just knew that, okay, I'm just going to avoid that spot. You can't really see it, even though my stuff is all white. You can't really see it. But now, with that being said, that was the other night. I thought, okay, this weekend, my daughter comes home from college this weekend. So we thought, well, as soon as she comes home, I'll have her help me and we'll strip it. And because we end up sharing the bed most of the time when she comes home. So we'll strip it and we'll wash it and we'll have fresh sheets and stuff like that. Everything be good for Thanksgiving week, right? Apparently, this cat had other plans. So all day yesterday, I was okay. I was still doing my anxieties. I was okay. Again, last night, I had a little bit, but I was okay. I survived it. Moving on. Today, I was on my A game. Got up at 6 something in the morning. Actually, I woke up at 2:45. Went back to sleep. Woke up around 6:40, 6:45-ish, which is an okay time. Got up. Decided, okay, I'm going to do my usual morning routines. I usually feed the cats. I made me some coffee. I think I ate like one of those little Belvitas. I don't know if you know what they are. There's these little packets that they're kind of like banana bread, but it's got a little protein in it. Anyways, I ate one of those, had some coffee. That was pretty much my breakfast. And then I was like, I took a shower. I watched an episode or two of my show today. Thinking, okay, I'm doing great. I'm going to wrap some presents today because I'm down to almost the tail end of things, trying to kind of go through all the small stuff. And in the middle of me doing all that, and my husband was actually hitting me up some lunch. So, because sometimes I tend to get busy and especially wrapping and doing something I like, that I forget to eat, and then it kind of messes up everything. So, between my POTS and blood sugars, it really kind of messes things up. I forget to do it. So I had to, he was like, hey, you need to eat while you're working. So I was doing this. Tell me why this dang cat decides she's going to go behind me, not even like 6 to 8 inches behind me on the bed, in the middle of the bed, in the middle, where I usually would like to lay and sleep. Decides she's going to have a happy butt. Decides she's going to spit up some, I want to say, it looks like probably stomach acid because it's really bright neon yellow. And I'm like, all because I didn't feed her this morning. I didn't feed her this morning because she still had food in her bowl. But the last time I filled it up because she overate it last time. Okay, she had food in her bowl. Okay. And she wanted me to feed her some more. So I decided that I wasn't going to feed her. So she ate all the food in the bowl. She ended up throwing it up. Okay. That was the first time. Remember, it was on the foot of my bed. Gave her more food because now her bowl was empty. Fed her, and She ate it. It was fine yesterday. Everything was okay. Today, this morning, I woke up and I was looking at her bowl, checking the bowl and stuff like that. The other two cats that are younger cats, they have their own separate bowls. And hers, I had to have hers on lockdown because hers, they want to get into her food. So hers, I have a special RFID chip collar thing that she uses to get into it so they can stay out of her food, because otherwise she'll never eat because they end up eating all her food too. So they have their own separate bowls across the house. And then she has hers in here. She is so spoiled that she has everything she needs in here with me. So, at one time she had her own litter box by herself too as well. But so I fed the babies. I call them the babies because of the younger ones. They're also like twins. So I fed them every day. She expected to get fed too. I went to check it this morning. There was still plenty of food left, enough to at least get her through the rest of the day, if not the rest of tonight as well. She can eat any time. We're the type of cat owners that will just give her cats, a scoop or two of food. We don't do none of that wet stuff. Sorry, but we give them a scoop or two of their food per day or as needed, and then that's what they can eat on it throughout the whole day. We don't pick it up. We don't feed them during breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's none of that. We're not that fancy. I just feed them in the morning. They're good throughout the rest of the day, that evening, and so forth. So she had plenty of food still left in there. In fact, if I go in there and look, I guarantee there's still food in there. And apparently, she's mad because I didn't give her more food this morning. And so, because I didn't, she decides she's going to protest by probably not eating, and which is why she's got stomach acid coming up, because she probably has an empty stomach, because she's not going to go eat her food that she has in her food bowl. She's not eating it because she thinks in her head that I did not feed her. I guarantee you, if I go get some food and try to fit more food in that bowl, she will eventually go eat and she'll be fine. No, this is Mexican standoff here. Now that she's done spit up in my bed, and I'm having to wash in the middle of the afternoon now. So now it's going to take me. It takes about 2 to 3 hours to run the wash machine, out for the bedding in. And that's one load. And then I'll put that in the dryer, which takes another hour and a half to dry. Then I'll have to spend another 2 to 3 hours washing my comforter. Because obviously, what's the point of washing the actual sheets if your comforter's dirty too? So you might as well wash that too. I try to wash them at the same time. Because to me, that makes logical sense. I'm not just going to wash one and not the other. Yeah. So it looks like I'm going to end up being up the rest of the afternoon, evening, night, dealing with laundry because she just wanted to be a butt. So that's Wednesday. So Monday, anxiety attack and throw up. Tuesday, anxiety attack, but no throw up. Wednesday, I hadn't had an anxiety attack yet, but I did, because I did take a diazepam, which I'm almost going to take another one here in a little bit. But I did have to deal with the throw up. So, how's y'all's weeks going? Just saying. Anyway, so this is mainly, I guess, a rant / vlog rant, I guess, video. I don't know what to title this. Yeah, so I guess that's it, really. I just came to the stopping point. I just want to put that out there because I'm thinking, if you're a cat owner, do y'all deal with this stuff too? Is this relatable? I've had this cat since she was literally a couple months old. I got her from the shelter. She was the last one ever litter. Actually, I had another one, and that one ended up being a total terrorist, and I ended up having to take him back, and we ended up getting her instead, I switched them out. And I got her, and she'll be 16, I believe, coming up. So yeah, yeah, she'll be 16 coming up in 2026. So I think in March it's her birthday, I want to say. Um, so she's considered senior, elderly, but she acts like she runs this. She acts like she owns me. We are very much alike personality wise, but I swear this cat, I love her to death, but no, we she thinks she went up me now, but and she thinks that now that because I'm doing all this, she thinks she's gonna be able to get you know, food, treats and stuff. I even talked to her about earlier today. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you some treats later this weekend and stuff like that. This bee is not getting no treats. No, not after twice. She done throwed up on my bed twice in a 48-hour period. And she's not sick, so don't come up to me saying, oh, she's probably sick. Take her to that. No, she's not. Trust me, she's not sick. Because, she's not, like, acting different. She's not running a fever. She's drinking fine. She's using the bathroom fine. She was playing earlier with the other cat, so she is just fine. She's just being this way because she's mad because I'm not doing what she wants to do when she wants to do it. So, I'm sorry. Sorry, kitty. You don't own me. I own you. Okay. With that being said, guys, you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, comment, I guess, whatever. Let me know your cat stories. I'm curious. By the way, you like my little Timu? I think I've worn it before on here. I can't remember. It's not, it's no big deal. Anyways, yeah, just earlier today, I was sitting there, I was kind of doing some Christmas wrapping, and my mother-in-law decided to sit next to me because I got this on Temu, I think it was, and I think I got the shirt part backwards because Temu does not like to put the tags where they're supposed to go, so we know which is the front, which is the back. So you kind of have to put it on and kind of guess. Well, I think I probably got it on backwards, but I can't quite tell. But anyways, the reason I say this is because my mother-in-law came sat right next to me, and like we were talking, and I guess I was moving my arms around a lot or whatever, and I'm over here like because I'm not wearing a bra or nothing. Apparently, like my side of my boob was like kind of peeky booing out, and like it kind of went upward a little bit. And she was like, "Oh, honey," and she kind of tries to fix it, and I'm like, "What? Oh my gosh!" So I just kind of flashed my mother-in-law. Yeah. And then it wasn't shortly right after that is when the cat decides to throw up in the middle of my bed. So, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. It ain't even here yet. And happy holidays. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a great day, though, either way. And I know my week's going to get better. Tomorrow, I get my first round of my allergy shots, so I'm hoping that works out good. Fingers crossed that actually turns out good. And I may, here in a minute, I may attempt to do my nails because I was planning on doing my nails. I found some really cute press-on nails that cost me an arm and a leg, but I'm hoping they look okay. They're like, they got brown and gold, like leaves on them, and they looked really pretty, and I wanted to wear them for Thanksgiving, and they're supposed to be like, if you use this type of like semi-solid glue, they were supposed to last longer than like a few days, so if I can get them to last between now and the end of next week, then I'm good. I'll be even happier if I can get them to last at least until the first of the month, and then I can change them out and and then do the Christmas ones that I got. The Christmas ones are red. I'm doing a red and white theme on those. They're like red with some white snowflakes, some like candy cane stripes on them, and then I also got my January nails are like a shimmery light blue and silvery flaky color. So I like the short oval nails. I don't really like squares, or even though the square looks good on me, I don't like square because I feel like the corners are going to catch on something and then it's going to knock it off, or I'm going to scratch myself. And I don't like the pointed almond shaped because I feel like again, they're just, I feel like they're just going to be flimsy, and to me they kind of look cheap. But if you like those, that's fine. Don't come after me, because that's just not my forte. But I do well with the round, and I like the short because they look better on me than the long ones. Plus, I don't know exactly how to function with life with long nails, so the regular short length is fine with me. It works good. So, but anyways, guys, so that was it. That's all I gotta say. If I do them, I may post it on my social media. So make sure you're following me on my social media. My Instagram is I think it's Higginbotham underscore happenings or happiness, or I can't remember which one is which, but it's one of those. You'll find my face. You'll know you got the right one. I'm also on Twitter as well as on, which is my musicgirl underscore 19. That's my Twitter, aka X, whatever you want to call it. It will always be Twitter to me. And then if you're lucky enough to have my Facebook, I'm on there as well, but I'm not going to tell you those names either, because that's more of a personal spot. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great one, and I hope you guys that have a great Thanksgiving. If you celebrate, if you don't, just spend the time with your family and your friends. It's a holiday season. I know that, despite the history of Thanksgiving, I know it seems like it's a horrible time to celebrate, but let's just celebrate just family, okay? Just, you can take away you're not taking away the history of things, so you're just going to be like, you're acknowledging the history by turning something bad into something good, by making it about not just being thankful and grateful, but also being together with friends and family. So that's the way I would look at it like. So I'm pretty sure I'll put out a video probably. I may put another video out probably before then, but I don't think I will. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how busy I get, and with the family and everything. So, I guess I will talk to you guys later, and make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. So, and I will talk to you until the next one. Bye.